KUSI News Live Weather Cam is brought to you by Lexus Escondido, where we make car shopping a breeze.
Well, if you are wondering how to make some money during an unpredictable time, listen up, because President of Wilsey Asset Management Company, Brent Wilsey, is joining us with details on how to manage your money during this unpredictable time. I mean, I don't know how many times I've said that already, at least 3 in this one sentence. Good morning to you, Brent.
Good morning, Liz. And yes, it is a very volatile time. This whole year has been volatile since March, and it's kind of a crazy time. You know, Liz, we don't do a lot of trading in our firm. This year, we normally do 4, maybe 5 trades a year. This year, and it's only June, we've done 11 already because it's such a crazy time. And today I want to talk about something out there called the VIX. It's the Volatility Index, and it was created back in 2004 by Goldman Sachs. Now, I don't want to tell people this is an investment because you don't invest in anything. What you're actually doing is predicting what the volatility is going to be over the next 30 days. So if you think with the election coming up that, oh my gosh, things are going to go up and down, I want to hedge my portfolio, or maybe you want to speculate on that because you can make money on the volatility index. You can do that as well. And it trades under the symbol VIX. It's on the Chicago Board of Options Exchange. And gosh, I think $1 trillion of this has traded so far this year. It's a very volatile thing to do. I mean, the low this year is 11, the high is 85. Right now it's around 35, and I want to caution people. It's a way to play the volatility or speculate, as I said, but be careful because you're not investing into any, like we always invest in companies, there's nothing there. That's why it's an option on the CBOE.
And you have to be willing to take the risk, right? I mean, you got to be willing to. I mean,
and there's, and again, 2 ways to use it. Again, it is risky. I mean, you could buy it at 35, and I've seen this over the years go down to like 16 and bump back up to 25. We do have the election coming up, which could create some more volatility, but it is a risky thing. You don't own anything, but it could also, I want to tell people you could use it as a hedge because your portfolio is going to go up and down. Maybe to offset some of that volatility, you invest in the VIX. And also, too, there's what they call an ultra VIX, which if you're very confident that there's going to be a lot of volatility, the ultra VIX, you can invest in that, and that's 1.5 times the movement. So if it goes up, 10 points, you'd actually make 15 points. You make about 50% more on your money if you play the hedged ultra VIX.
Brent, let me take a step back here. What causes the volatility in the markets?
That's a great question, Liz. And what's causing the volatility now is that we've had some great economic news come out this past week. We had retail sales come out, and gosh, they were up 17.7%. That's the highest growth ever in history. We also had the Builders Index jump to 58, and anything above 50 is actually a positive, and that jump was like 23 points, the biggest jump ever in history. So that shows things that, oh my gosh, the economy is coming back. Then we can't get news like, oh, wait, we have higher cases on COVID-19. We can start talking about the election. That's going to start coming up as well. So good news will rise the market, obviously. Bad news will decrease the market. So that's what causes the volatility is one day good news, next day bad news. And that's why I always tell people we don't really look at that. We focus on December 31st. But it can drive people crazy, all this volatility.
I mean, are you... should investors and people who are wanting to just try and make money off of the volatility in the markets stay focused through the end of the year? I mean, are you always having to be focused? What's the focus?
The focus is don't worry about the volatility. Invest in good quality businesses is what we do. And you've got to look at, and I keep telling my clients, look at December 31st. I mean, if you look back on March, I can't tell you percentage-wise how much we're up, but it's a substantial amount since then. And I do believe by December 31st we'll be higher. But we buy good quality companies that I know weather storm, pay dividends, and so forth. One that's not is Hertz. Now, Hertz is something with this Robinhood. We've talked about this before on KOSI. A lot of people getting into it because there's no cost of trade. They're investing in Hertz. Now, Hertz had their low was 40 cents, a high of $5, and a high of $6.25, and this is over 6 weeks. It's a bankrupt company. But these day traders are starting to trade it, and I'm trying to warn people, stay away from Hertz because it looks like, oh, well now it's at $1.70. It was $6 last week. Maybe I should buy it now. It's a bankrupt company. The music will stop, and people will lose all their money once the bankruptcy is filed and done. So don't think it's going to come back and get this great deal. Well, gee, I only got it for $1. I think it traded $1.78 on Friday. Again, the high has been $6.25. The low has been 40 cents. Stay away from this craziness because it is nothing more than a gamble going to Vegas and playing, betting on red and on the roulette wheel.
Yeah, no kidding. Always great advice. Thank you for calming our fears. Brent Wilsey, great to see you. Any big plans today?
Yeah, my kids are taking me down to Del Frisco's restaurant downtown. All my kids will be there, so I'm very happy about that.
Oh, it's a great place with a great view right there along the Embarcadero. Happy Father's Day. Have a wonderful day, Brent.
Thank you, Liz. Appreciate it.
Okay, take care.